Well, the provisional liquidation application by the Reserve Bank's Prudential Authority against Ithala is currently being heard in the Labour Court in Durban. For more on this story, we cross to SABC News reporter Jade Paulse. Thanks very much, Jade, for joining us. Just tell us and give us an overview of what came out of today's proceedings.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Nompin. I'm struggling to hear you, but what I think you're asking me is what's transpired this morning in court. We outside the Durban Labour Court, a handful of Nahal protesters were outside in the numbers, really giving us support. We also saw DA members also outside throwing their weight behind this case. And this morning, a lot has been said with regards to Ithala, the establishment of what is so called to be a bank, but also that exemplary notice. And just to unpack that for us, I am joined by the MEC of Finance, Francois Rogers. I mean, that was one of the highlights this morning with regards to government's role within Ithala, but also the fact that they, and this court heard that they were, acting as a Ponzi scheme or alleged Ponzi scheme without actually having the right regulatively framework.
Well, look, obviously it's something we've inherited in this administration, but it's something that we've tried to, in particular myself, have tried to keep my finger on the pulse. Ithala doesn't fall under Treasury, but there are certain regulations that allows me to get involved, and that's why when we realized this was a problem, I immediately started engaging my counterpart at national level, the National Minister of Finance, to see in fact how we could resolve the problem, and also with Ithala. I started last year. I set up an engagement between the Repayment Authority, the Prudential Authority, Ithala and Etia, where we tried to see if we could find a solution within the legislative framework rather than attacking each other. At that particular meeting, it became evident to me that there's perhaps something more sinister going on in this matter, where there were an enormous amount of accusations against Ithala, made particularly by the Repayment Authority. And when I asked for further details and evidence, I was told it's a sub judice matter, nothing can come out. Today, I'm hearing that the RA and the PA are really concerned about, granting Ithala the opportunity to continue trading, and that they're going to use the depositors' funds to fund the Ithala operation, which I'm afraid, from my information, couldn't be further from the truth, because the province and Treasury have been engaging with Ithala and Economic Development and Tourism to assist Ithala to continue trading, paying its salaries, paying its creditors. In fact, we have 300 million of the Treasury finance which is secured to support Ithala during this period. But ultimately we want to see a solution. I'm hearing a lot of accusations, and I'm saying to myself, why did the PA or the RA not appoint a curator into Ithala, so that if it needs to continue trading, a curator will ensure the PA and the RA that depositors' money is not being used to fund the operation.
I think another concern with this case is that we also heard the RA saying there, the PA is saying there, that many of the debtors, their monies are being collected. It's just standing there. They don't have any assurance or communication with the bank. But not only that, the bank in itself cannot pay its creditors. Talk to us about where to from here. I mean, we just heard now that they're not going to be appealing this leave to appeal. They want this to go ahead. They want normality, but also Ithala also wants to start functioning with that pending case still ongoing.
Well, here's the reality, that Ithala at the moment doesn't have a license. We understand that. We acknowledge that. No other commercial bank in this country, if everybody wanted to withdraw their money tomorrow, has the necessary cash to be able to protect every depositor. What's so special about Ithala? Okay, Ithala hasn't met certain deadlines. We understand that. But you now have a new administration that can assist. Today I hear the PA making the comment that Ithala is still not trying to get its house in order. That is not my understanding. My understanding, there is a process from Ithala and Ethiopia and the provincial government to legalize Ithala and to get it the necessary licensing to continue.
Thank you very much. That was Francois Rogers, the MEC of Finance, just also talking to us about this morning, Nompu. It remains to be seen where to from here. Those that are watching back at home, those that are banking with Ithala, are really pinning their hopes on this court case. But information coming from this court case this morning saying that unfortunately the court heard that Ithala was operating under an exemption notice from the PA, which subsequently withdrew Ithala from the regulatory framework, and a 40-year institution like this. It's really sad to see. We heard the MEC saying they will be engaging with various other stakeholders to try and assist and get Ithala the necessary documentation and framework in order to continue. It's back to you in studio.
Thanks very much for that report, my colleague there, Jade Paulse.